Hi, my name is Naomi. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a beginner core workout for you, which is perfect for anyone that's brand new to fitness, or maybe you've just taken a long break and you're getting back into it. I'm going to be using one of these Pilates squishy balls and also a long TheraBand as well. If you want to listen to music, I have a Spotify playlist linked in the bio. And if you have any questions, please comment below.
We'll start sitting tall, either in cross-legged on your knees or on a chair if that's more comfortable. Most importantly, you're sitting in a neutral spine. You're grounded through the front of the sit bones, neutral curve in the lower back, and the crown of the head is reaching tall. Wrap your hands around the side and backs of the ribs and put the other hand on the low belly. As you inhale, start to breathe three-dimensionally into your body. And as you exhale, pull your belly button to spine, activating through the transversus abdominis. This is your natural core sit. This is the deepest layer of your core closest to the spine. As you breathe in, inhale through the nose. As you exhale, press the air out through a small hole in the mouth, creating a sh or a ha breath, lifting through your pelvic floor with each exhale. As you inhale, allow the pelvic floor to expand and widen. And as you exhale, pulling the pelvic floor up, drawing the belly button to spine, it's the feeling of holding your bathroom muscles each time the pelvic floor contracts. Allow your breath to be slow and smooth. And this is the breath that we're going to be using for the whole class. This breath is most important when developing core strength. Often we breathe into the upper parts of the lungs, and we're not properly engaging our deep core muscles. We'll start with a warm-up, flexing and extending the spine. Plant your hands under your shoulders, tuck the chin, pull the belly button in. As you inhale, arch the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the sit bones up. Press down into the earth. Grip through your fingertips. And move slowly, vertebra by vertebra. As you round the spine, think about the pelvic floor contracting up and in, belly button hugs. And as you inhale, the belly drops and the front body opens, contracting the back. Making our way into a lunge, stepping forward with your right leg. Press down through the top of the foot, tuck your tailbone under, pull your belly button to spine. I'm going to face you. Now bring your arms out in front and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. I call this cactus arm. Our focus is mobilizing the scapula. As the arms go behind, squeeze your shoulder blades together and allow them to widen as the arms come forward. Continue to square your hips. Now hands on the back of the head, similar motion, trying to touch the elbows together. Opposite arm reaches up, breathing your way up into this lateral stretch, pulling lower belly in. Switching sides. Low belly in, squeeze through your back glute, and starting with the cactus arm. We're going to have one move today in a plank where we're going to be doing this action with our arms. Breathe in, breathe out as the elbows go back. Coming into your lateral stretch. Release. We'll start slowly and mindfully and build in intensity as we go along. We'll be working for 40 seconds followed by 15 seconds of break. Let's start laying on our back and finding neutral spine. Your knees are bent, your heels underneath your knees. Your pubic bone is level with your hip bones in neutral. There should be a small curve under the low back. Breathe into your back and sides. And as you exhale, flatten the lower back by lifting your pubic bone towards your chin and tucking your tailbone under. Keep your weight even in your feet and avoid gripping through your butt muscles. We want to isolate this in the lower core. It's a very small, isolated movement. Continue to breathe like we practiced, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. The pelvis is tilting in a posterior tilt each time the back flattens. This next movement will strengthen our deep core as well as our hip flexor. Keep your lower back in neutral. Inhale, reach the ball overhead. As you exhale, press the ball to leg, leg to ball. As you press those points together, pull your belly button to spine, lift your pelvic floor, and avoid flattening the lower back. We want to maintain our neutral alignment here to target the transversus abdominis. I'm hugging the ball with both hands, strengthening the shoulders. Inhale, reach the ball overhead. Keep the back ribs on the ground. And exhale, breathe out, pulling belly button to spine. Place the ball under your sacrum, which is above your tailbone, below the lumbar spine. Focus on stabilization. Pull your abdominals in, and as you breathe out, bring one knee over your hip. Press the opposite foot to the ground. Focus on keeping your hips level, and for more challenge, you could lift your arms up towards the sky. Each time you breathe out, pull your belly in, press the sacral area into the ball, and think about lifting your pelvic floor. Slow and steady. This next movement is about spinal articulation, strengthening through the posterior chain and opening through the front body. Press the heels underneath the knees and have the ball between the inner thighs to strengthen the adductors. Start by flattening the lower back, tucking tailbone, and slowly sequence your way up until you're on your shoulders. Breathe your way down, massaging through the back and releasing to neutral spine. Make sure that as you lift your hips up, that you keep your chin tucked and you keep your eyes up to the sky. Avoid twisting your head side to side. Inhale to lift the hips up and exhale to release down. Our focus is squeezing through the glutes as the hips lift up, curling the tailbone under and pulling your belly to spine as your hips lift. Our next movement will be a ball pass. We're going to be lowering one leg down and up, and we're going to be passing the ball from the outside of the leg to the inside, focusing on this one side. Breathe out each time the leg comes up, and start to lower your leg down and up with each movement. I was a little slow in this video. Continue to press the opposite foot into the earth to stabilize. And if you wanted to make this more challenging, with a chin tuck, you could lift your shoulders up each time the ball passes through. I'm going to stay with this version. Keep pulling your belly button to spine each time your leg comes up. And we'll do this on the opposite side. Remember to breathe in as the ball goes above your head, and exhale as the ball passes from the outside to the inside of the leg. Keep your hips stable. Push down through the opposite foot. In the first few exercises, you're not going to feel that crazy six-pack burning feeling, but we're working deeper. You're working on that diaphragmatic breath and each exhale lifting up through your pelvic floor, learning how to stabilize your pelvis and lower back. Coming back to the articulating bridge, I've put a lot of glute work in this class because your glutes are considered part of your core. Focus on finding that spinal massage, pressing down through your heels, pulling your belly in strong, and squeezing through your inner thighs at the top. For a lot of us, the upper to the mid back can be quite stiff and it can be hard to articulate, so take your time with that section of the spine. Continue to breathe. You're doing awesome. We're going to keep the ball between the inner thighs for a basic crunch. Place the hands behind the base of the skull and gather the elbows in slightly so they're in the peripheral vision. Inhale, expand into the back. Exhale, curl up. Lift your shoulder blades all the way up. Hold for a moment. Squeeze the ball between the thighs and pull the belly button to spine. As you curl up, think about lifting your pelvic floor up, strong connection into your belly, and maintain the neutral curve in the small of the low back. Initiate by tucking the chin ever so slightly as if you had a little plum between the chin and chest. Make sure you hold at the top. Let's make our way back into a bridge. This time we're going to hold at the top, focusing on squeezing in and out through the inner thighs. With each exhale, squeeze the ball between the thighs. Pull your belly button in, tuck your tailbone under, and you're going exhale, inhale, squeezing each breath out. Imagine with each squeeze, your waistline is narrowing in, pulling belly button to spine, relaxing your shoulders down and back. Good work. Making our way back into a crunch, now lifting one leg, alternating from side to side. Inhale, breathe into your back, tuck your chin, and exhale, curl up. Pause for a moment at the top. We want to be very mindful in these crunches that we're not pushing our belly out, but we're pulling inward and up through the pelvic floor. The opposite foot presses into the earth to help stabilize. And we're keeping our hips level as we practice. Now we're going to practice lifting one leg up at a time and holding for a moment and releasing down. So pull your belly in. Your back will naturally flatten a little bit as you lift your leg up. You want to be really careful that you're not arching your back. So you lift one leg, second leg, hold, and then release down and release the other. Make sure that you're switching which leg starts and hold longer if you can maintain your alignment. Breathe. Opposite leg and arm coming into tabletop next. Place your hand under shoulders, knees under hips, ground down through the limbs that are touching the earth, broaden through the upper back. And as you lift your legs, squeeze your glute, keep your hips square to the ground. I like to exhale as I lift up, hold for that moment, pull belly button to spine, and then inhale to release down. Take your time with this one. Often people will rush it and lose the benefits. Lengthen through your body. Coming into a clamshell exercise, which is another one of those sneaky core exercises which will help to strengthen your back and glutes. Make sure your hips are stacked, your knees are bent in front of you, and you're in a neutral spine. As you breathe out, externally rotate your hip open, squeeze your side glute at the top. Breathe out and pull your belly button to spine, lifting through the bottom side of the waist to maintain your neutral alignment. You'll notice here that your hips are going to want to rock back behind. Put your hand on your hip and make sure that you stay stable. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Continue to breathe. Awesome job. We're transitioning into a modified side plank. Get your elbow directly underneath your shoulder, press down, make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Your knees are in line with your hips and shoulders. Reach the ball overhead, palm faces up, palm faces down as it lowers alongside your hip. Keep squeezing through your belly, activate through your glutes, and keep the hips lifted, pressing down through your forearm and bottom leg. Inhale, exhale. Remember that sha breath. Good work. Balancing clamshell next. Same movement, but this time you're going to float your legs up. This will be a little more challenging for the core, so you'll notice that your hips are going to want to rock back. Resist that by pulling your belly button to spine each time your leg opens up. I will often put my hand on my belly to make sure that I feel those muscles activated, and then I slide the hand back to the hip to make sure that the hips are stable. Do your best to stay focused, present in your body to do these exercises well. We have one more side plank coming your way. Let's grab that ball. This time the upper body is going to rotate, but the hips are going to stay stacked. Take a deep breath in at the top, and then as you exhale, pull your shoulder blades wide and duck that ball underneath your hip. Continue to press down through the bottom forearm. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. And continue to pull your belly button to spine, especially as you twist, squeezing through that booty. Remember to inhale through your nose and exhale. Give me that strong sha breath. All right, we're going to do these 4 moves on the second side. Here we go. Making our way into a full plank with knees down. Make sure your knees are behind your hips, legs are squeezed together, you're kicking your heel to your bum. Your hands are underneath your shoulders and the hands are going to be fairly close together. As you exhale, squeeze your shoulder blade to spine, elbow gathers into waist, strengthening your upper back as well as your core. You're alternating from side to side, continuing to squeeze your bum, your inner thighs, and your belly strong. The hand that's on the ground is pushing into the earth, pulling that shoulder blade wide. And the opposite one is squeezing into shoulder blade as the arm lifts up. Excellent work. Keep going. You're almost there. Coming to seated, let's grab our ball. Place the ball in the small of your lower back. As you sit back onto the ball, make sure that you curl your tailbone under slightly so you're in that imprinted spine. Pull your tummy in. Now reach your arms forward, and as you exhale, you're going to twist from the belly and chest. Head is last. Keep your legs fairly grounded and relaxed. And try and isolate this movement in the upper body. Remember to breathe. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. Look at your feet. Make sure they're not sliding forward and back, but they should be in one place. Grab your strap and place the strap around the balls of the feet. The ball is between your ankles or your inner thighs. This is a modified roll down. Starting tall, curl tailbone under, and we're going to go down in a C curve, pulling tummy in, pause, activate through your core, and then slowly come up. Inhale, tall. Exhale, curl. Now think about the ribs to the pelvis like magnets, gathering in through your six pack, through the obliques, and then coming forward. Keep going. You can hold back if you want a little more challenge. Keep pressing your feet forward. Breathe. Now we're going to practice leaning back just like we did, but lifting up either one leg or both legs. Place the strap on the balls of the feet. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to float your legs up. Press the balls of the feet into the band. You could always switch legs and do one at a time if this is too intense. Focus on pulling your abdominals in. Big deep breaths. And what's great about using the band is it just takes some of the strain off the back. Legs are a little lighter. Avoid gripping with your shoulders. For more challenge, the legs straighten. Keep breathing. We are coming back to a plank. This time we're going to be on our forearms. Now, just like in the warm-up, we did a cactus arm, so the elbows are bent, and you're going to be squeezing your shoulder blade to spine as the arm lifts to sky. Press down through the forearm and keep your chest and your hips facing down. Keep pulling in through your tummy, squeezing your bum, your inner thighs. We're almost done this workout. Remember that the arm that's down, we press into the earth to stabilize that shoulder blade wide on the back. And as the opposite arm lifts up, you're squeezing your shoulder blade to spine. So close. You're back to seated. Prop the ball behind the lower back. This time we're going to circle our arms from the front all the way back. Keep your tummy pulled in tight. Open through the chest. And squeeze your shoulder blades together as the arms come into that big T shape. You can do this. Your legs are grounded. Feet are flexed. Keep pulling that belly button to spine. Laying on your back, we're going to be rotating now just from the lower body. Your arms are in a big T position and the ball is going to be placed between the inner thighs. Lift one leg up at a time and place the ball between the inner thighs. Open the arms and start to tilt your legs and lower body to one side, keeping the shoulders down, heavy through the back ribs. Inhale, center, and exhale, twisting to the side. Keep this movement small and controlled, and continue to squeeze the ball. Open your chest. As you exhale, think about your pelvic floor lifting up and belly button hugging in. We have our last glute bridge going up and down this time. Hug the ball between your thighs. Press through your heel, lift your hips up, squeeze through the glutes, and pull your belly button to spine. Squeeze in that ball. Keep your shoulders pressing down and back. We are almost on our workout now. We have 2 more exercises after this. Keep the ball between your inner thighs. And we're coming into a lower body circle, alternating directions. To transition into this, you can lift one leg up at a time if you need to. Keep your circles even from side to side. Each time you come through center, pull your belly button to spine and be mindful that you're not arching your lower back. Sometimes it's helpful to put your hand on your lower belly and just make sure that you feel these muscles pulling in and not pushing out. Breathe into your back. You're doing so well. You've made it this far. Amazing focus today. Yay, we're now on our last exercise. This one, we're going to be rotating from the upper body and staying grounded through the lower body. Place your hands behind your head, pull your belly in, find neutral spine. Inhale and exhale, rotate. Try and touch your opposite shoulder to knee. Keep breathing into your back and side body. Your knee is just lifting to hip height to 90 degrees and you're trying to lift both shoulder blades up off the ground to find this rotation. Inhale, lower down, relax tension in your face, your jaw, your neck. And as you exhale, pull your belly button to spine. You got this. You're almost there. Make each rep count. Amazing job today. You did it. It's time for a short stretch. We'll begin in a lunge, stretching open through your hip flexor. Come to hands and knees and step forward with your left leg. Right leg goes back. Make sure you curl your tailbone under, pull your low belly in, and squeeze your back glute. This is a wide lunge, so my shoulder is on the inside of my leg, and I'm squaring my hips to the top of the mat. Breathe into your belly now, your sides, your back, relaxing tension. We'll switch sides. Again, curl tailbone under. Squeeze your back glute and continue to square your hips to the front of your mat. Coming into child's pose, reach your hands forward, stretch out your back. And we'll grab our ball and come to seated. Sitting up tall for a neck stretch. Draw your chin in. And tilt your left ear to shoulder, looking down to the left knee. Right hand heavy to the ground, and left hand can come to the back of the head, drawing your chin in. Soften your face. Inhale tall, and exhale to the other side. Right hand to the back of the head, looking down to the right knee. Reach down through your left fingertips. And lifting tall.
If you want to support me, then please subscribe to my channel, watch the videos all the way through, and share with friends. I'll see you next time.